prayers are like incense that reach heaven. But prayer does not just happen, it is cultivated, it is chosen, it is fought for. And there are days when prayer flows like a river, when the words come easy and your heart feels lifted. But there are also days when it feels like work, when your flesh resists, when distractions pull, when weariness whispers, not today. Those are the very moments that matter most, because prayer is not built on feelings, it is built on faithfulness. Pray without ceasing, Jesus says, as in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 17. Discipline in prayer is what separates a flicker from a flame. You pray when you feel it, but you also pray when you don't. You pray when life is quiet, but you also pray when life is busy, loud, and demanding. You make time not because it's convenient, but because it's necessary. There is a secret place that does not open by accident. It opens to those who choose to enter. Be thou, when thou prayers, enter into thy closet, and thy Father which sees in secret shall reward thee openly, as in Matthew chapter 6, verse 6. And then there are those deeper moments. Moments when something inside you is stirred, when the Spirit of God presses on your heart, calling you away from everything else. You may not even have the words. You just know you must pray. And that is intercession. And that is where prayer moves beyond routine and becomes burden. Groanings too deep to explain. A holy urgency. Heaven pulling on your spirit to stand in the gap. Likewise, brothers and sisters, the Spirit also helps our infirmities. But the Spirit itself makes intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered. And you will find this in Romans chapter 8, verse 26. Prayer is not passive, it is war. It is war for your family, war for your children, war over your home, your mind, your circumstances. Battles are fought in places no one sees. Victories are won long before they ever manifest in the natural. So what looks quiet on the outside can be thunder in the spirit. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against spiritual wickedness in high places, as in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. And so we stand watchfully, armed and ready, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance, as in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 18. But even beyond the warfare, prayer is intimacy. It is where you meet Him. It is where your heart is softened, corrected, filled, and restored. It is where the fire is tended. Draw nigh to God, and He will draw nigh to you. He that dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Because if prayer is neglected, the fire does not stay strong on its own. It begins to dim. Not all at once, but slowly, quietly. The hunger fades, the sensitivity dulls, and before long, distance replaces closeness. But the Lord calls us back again and again. And He says, watch and pray, that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. As in Matthew chapter 26, verse 41. My brothers and my sisters, a life rooted in prayer, consistent, disciplined, surrendered, becomes surrounded. A hedge of protection, walls of fire, a covering that the enemy cannot easily penetrate. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runs into it and is safe. For I, said the Lord, will be unto her a wall of fire round about, not because of perfection, but because of presence. So you guard your prayer life. You fight for it, brothers and sisters. You return to it again and again. Because in that secret place, you are not just speaking words, you are building a life that cannot be easily shaken. Amen and amen.